Now going over to the culture part of the podcast, you have the pro-Palestinian protesters burning the USA flag on the 4th of July, going viral for quite some time. Now this is brought to us thanks to Libs of TikTok, which she says, quote, pro-Palestinian protesters light American flags on fire outside City Hall in Philadelphia on Independence Day. Which, let's see, of course they have their flag, which I don't want to say a kid with a crayon could design a better flag than their flag, but maybe elementary school, but nevertheless. I don't know what kind of music this is. Sounds like an elevator going up. Yeah, they're waving their flags in the middle of the street, burning all the US flags. And yet that's not considered hate speech. They're given accolades for this. If you burn any other flag in the United States, you're seemingly thrown in jail. And the biggest contrast you see culturally in the United States with this instance is, well, between the LGBT flags. Burn those, go to jail, get charged with hate crimes. Burn the US flag. Ironically, it's disappointing, especially culturally. It's the one flag that no one cares about. And again, I think the law should be equally applied to everyone. Either you can burn them all or you can't burn them all. And again, I'm not a fan of doing this. I can't help but also wonder, is there a flag conspiracy theory? Who's manufacturing all these flags? Because every day there's a new design, and every day people are burning more of them, especially the US flags. They're not cheap. I just bought, granted, I just bought a Texas flag, but it was about $23 plus tax, maybe. One of my clients just became a Texas citizen, so I got him a cool little flag and a little Texas whiskey to celebrate it. But nevertheless, these flags aren't cheap. Now, going back to some of the top comments, I got about 300,000 views, 5.9 thousand likes. Let's see, Elon Musk simply has an exclamation point. That got 2.8 thousand likes. Libs of TikTok says, time for mass deportations if they aren't American citizens. I got 2.5 thousand likes. But yeah, that's another big cultural contrast in the United States. I remember when my family came here from Cuba, on my mom's side, I mean, it used to be a thing you would assimilate. They immediately started to learn English, and we had American flags growing up. I mean, there's been a huge culture shift, and it's fascinating. I would also say it's quite concerning in the United States that you really don't see much assimilation. There's not much that people have in common. I mean, truth be told, I think the only thing the states have in common these days is interstate commerce and business, which is also why I theorize that there'll never be a splitting of the states, because every business is either interstate or global. Most of them are, and that's where most people are employed. So it's one of those things. There's very few cultural things that keep us together. It's also quite concerning where if you see an American flag, you kind of know who they're voting for. One of the most foolish things the Democratic Party did was give up on that beautiful symbol that is the United States flag, that is supposed to unite us all. Paul Zupa says, and if you burned a Palestinian flag, I bet you'd be charged with hate crime. Yep, I got 726 likes. The Texas one says deport every one of them, getting 99 likes. Let's see. Risky. 3 seconds long. We'll definitely play this really quick. Like a OG veteran. Risky Risk. 67 says this is the base response to this.
Give me a gun, I'll shoot you, son. Give me a gun, I'll shoot you.
Yeah, 397 likes, which, granted, I would never advocate violence to that, especially to that extreme in this case. It would be fascinating to see, because again, not to speculate too much, but if you were to burn a Palestinian flag in front of those people, I think there's a high propensity that they would immediately get violent and against you. You got 397 likes again. Jerome TM says Congress needs to make a new law that makes it illegal to burn the American flag. Got 119 likes. Now, that being said, I'm pretty sure this is not the first time this has happened. It's been happening since when Democrats started doing this, the 80s or 90s. I mean, the court has said that it is regarded to be free speech to burn the American flag. I used to say most Americans do not agree with it. Now I'm a little skeptical about how many really do disagree with that action, but it is protected speech with the current laws that are in place, and the precedent has been set in court. So I think the real question is, why is every other flag seemingly protected except the U.S. flag? I want to know, when will someone in court try to use that argument, and perhaps they did already, but like if someone were to burn the Palestinian flag, why wouldn't they argue, well, this is my free speech, I don't agree with this country's policies, prescriptions, or their actions? The same with the LGBT flags. I'd be interested to see if these cases are brought to court. I know there are a couple court cases with the burnouts where the pride flags are painted on the ground, which is the dumbest place to paint them unless there's maybe entrapment. And I don't think we've heard that argument yet in terms of free speech. That'll be interesting. Now, scrolling down more and more. Hey, I was going to say, case in point. So you see there's a FBI cartoon where he looks at the American flag and is like just the cartoon smiling. Then they have the guy doing the burnout over the Pride street mural, and the FBI is all angry. It got 453 likes. Marjorie Taylor Greene press release parody account says, "Deport these criminals. No American patriot would disrespect our flag." That got 547 likes, which, yeah, I don't think any proud American would burn their flag. I mean, I have one for my interview podcast. It's made of carbon fiber and steel, so good luck trying to burn that. Let's see. Jay Patriot says, "Burn the flag. You get two choices: deport or prison." Getting 141 likes. Now, it would be interesting to see, and again, this is just a video. We don't know the background of these people who are doing this. Are they American citizens? Are they here on visas? If they're here on visas, I mean, do we really want them here? If they're here on a work visa and they already hate our country, but we're allowing them the opportunity to work in one of the best economic places on the planet, does it really make sense to have them here? I mean, there are people who would move heaven and earth to get here and want to be here and believe in American cultural values. I think they should be put to the front of the line, but that's just me. Let's see if there's any contrarian statements, because again, there are millions of people who love burning flags. Again, if there's a stock, again, not financial advice, but if there's a stock of like some company that like an index fund for flag manufacturers, again, it's gotta be up there with Nvidia stock or something crazy, because they just keep buying and burning these flags. Let's see, any contrarian statements. Couple random ones on Biden. Mr. Nobody says, does that mean I can burn their flag they are supporting as well? Getting 40 likes. I mean, for better or worse, I don't think you could. I think you would probably, I think you would probably be charged with hate crime these days, especially with the DAs you have. Let's see. Lady says, I really feel real Americans had their fill of this crap, getting 40 likes. Let's see. Boss says, exercising their freedom to be losers, getting 54 likes. Which, yeah, I can't help but think your life isn't that great if you're just, like, on a random afternoon, you're just protesting and burning flags in the middle of the street. Also, looks like they're in the middle of the street, the most inopportune places of all. Let's see. Albert Latham says, I thought Democratic convention was in Chicago in August. Got 16 likes. Josh Raver says, try that in a small town, getting 66 likes. Kyle Bass says, it's time we bring these paid protesters down. Time to go heavy, getting 75 likes. Philip Anderson says, Joe Biden's America, getting 58 likes. Let's see. Oswit, I might be mispronouncing this name. Kosiswala Shamarata has a picture of the Palestinian flag, but it's in the shape of toilet paper. It says, from the toilet to the sea, getting 13 likes. Let's see. Conservatism prevents tyranny. Has a picture of a girl holding a sign that says, if you don't like America, go back to your shithole country. Getting 43 likes. Let's see. Paul Hookham has a picture of Biden and his handler, Jill Biden, standing in front of Photoshop, probably. It's a burning forest that says Happy 4th of July, getting 44 likes. It'll be interesting. Yeah, let me know. This debate has been a little while. I think the frequency in which American flags are being burnt is increasing these days. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, back in my day, the 90s, like, maybe it's just rose-tinted glasses, but I think we have like once a year is a big news story and it's very controversial. We have a very similar debates on, if it's appropriate versus legality and culturally speaking. But yeah, it is quite saddening that more and more people seem to be proud and are burning the American flag while praising other flags, and yet still getting the benefits of living here. Let me in the comments, do you think they should be deported? Do you think they should be fined? Should we have one standard for all flags, or do we have carve-outs? Because it certainly doesn't seem like the law is being equally applied as well. Let me know in the comments. As always, I'd be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you could click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, leaving a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment is a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.